Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is JR, and you are on the Wisdom Fitness channel. And if you want to hear more topics about fitness, nutrition, and things like that, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. So, with that being said, let's jump right into it. So, for you guys, like I said, I'm just starting out on this channel. I've done this a few times in the past, but this is my first time doing an actual 7-day fast. And I didn't. Just a disclaimer, I didn't stick to it strictly. I fasted with no food for the first 72 hours. I just drank water or salt water, or as Cole would like to call it, snake juice, which has electrolytes in it, which I'll get into that. But I'll just start, and I'm gonna go over the days, and I'm gonna give you a rundown of my weight that I wrote down, my weights, and I'm actually still intermittent fasting right now. So I'll just run that down, and I'll run down to you exactly what I ate and my calorie intake, and some symptoms and things like that for people who want to know, or who are interested in fasting, or maybe reluctant or have a fear of doing it. So with that being said, I want to assure you it's nothing to worry about. If you want to try it, by all means seek advice from your doctor to make sure that you are in a state to do it. I'm not a doctor. So with that being said, I'm just going to talk to you about my experience and what I did. So with that being said, I started out at 225 pounds. I'm about 40 pounds over where I want to be at. And first, I'm a foodie. I love to eat. It's not a thing about for depression or anything like that. I just love to eat. I love to cook. That eating is one of my hobbies. That's one of my pastimes, and I'm probably going to do another channel just about cooking, and a foodie channel. So that's one, just to get that just to make that clear. And I'm not as active as I used to, and I'm going to be talking about my exercise on here as well. So what I did first, because it's so easy to fall off the wagon when it comes to these things, I just made sure to keep it in my mind that I have to do this because I need to get this weight off. And water weight a lot of times is one of our biggest issues. And water weight directly correlates with carbohydrates and sodium intake, which I'm going to get into. So with that being said, day one was November 9th. And I weighed myself November 9th, 2020, to be exact, for those of you who are watching this video later. November 9th, 2020 at midnight, I started this, and I was 225 when I started. So what I would do, I definitely wasn't drinking a gallon of water. I probably drank like 2 to 3 pints in a day on average of water. And that's what that would be, or I wouldn't say pints, excuse me, 2 to 3 liters, probably 2 liters of water I would drink. And what I would do is, to get my electrolytes and make sure I didn't get the keto flu or anything like that, for when I was actually would eventually get into ketosis. I didn't want any of those things, and my goal was to get into deep ketosis, which supposedly is around after 36 hours, depending on how much glycogen you need to deplete, or how high your blood sugar is, and things like that. So with that being said, like I said, I was 225, and I mixed Himalayan pink salt, which has, I believe, 90 something minerals, if I'm not mistaken. You can correct me in the comments, but I would mix like a teaspoon or a tablespoon. Can't remember exactly. I just got a little spoon that I have, that I take, and I just put it in the water, and then I take some no salt, which is potassium, no salt, and I put that in the water as well, and I just mix it up, and I just sip that throughout the day. So me, like I said, I normally don't eat until late in the evening anyway, but this time I was going without food at all. So what you need to realize about hunger, which a lot of people are like, I'm afraid, of hunger, these pains are going to be killing me. Number one, you got to stay busy. You have to stay busy. Second of all, you need to know that hunger comes in waves. Hunger just doesn't, when you get hungry, it just doesn't stay there. It just comes in waves throughout the day, and that's how it goes. And as long as you stay busy and you're drinking that water throughout the day, that salt water, if you will, then you'll be fine. It's just getting that in your mind that you're going to be hungry. There's going to be waves, especially those first 48 hours. And some people can't fall asleep hungry and they have issues, but you just have to stay busy up until that point where it's bedtime for you, and just keep it in your mind, your goal that you're trying to obtain. So with that being said, that's what I did on my first day. I've done 48-hour fast in the past, but the first day, that's how I got over it. And you probably like, man, that's bull. Another thing you can do, if you can't do water altogether, you can do bone broth. But the goal is to not have anything stimulate your digestive system in terms of increasing your insulin, because anything you eat is going to increase your insulin. And in the presence of insulin, you are not going to be able to burn fat. That's just how it is. So with that being said, November 10th, I weighed myself. I was 222.8, right? I weighed myself that morning, did the same thing. Basically, just drank water throughout the day, went to sleep, started all over the next day. November 11th was the next day. I was 220.2 pounds. So that's almost 5 pounds. That's just shy of 5 pounds at that point. So at that point, I don't think I was taking in enough water, but I made sure I had my little timer. I have an app called Zero. You guys can check it out. I'll probably link it in the description as well. It's a fasting app that tells you where you're at in terms of ketosis, or where they think that you're at in terms of ketosis, and if you made it into deep ketosis and things like that. So November 11th, I was 220.2 during that time. That was a Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, because the 9th was a Monday. The 10th was a Tuesday. So on the 10th, I forgot to mention, I did walk 6 miles, which is about 15,000 steps. I made sure that's the only exercise I did. I walked about 6 miles that day. So November 11th was Wednesday, I believe. November 12th, I weighed in at 218.8. And from there, that's when I started to eat in the evenings. What I would do is I could have did better. I try not to go over 500 calories, definitely not over 700. I would get a salad from Panera, and Panera shows you all the calories. And I would also alternate days. So on one day I would eat 2 salmon fillets frozen. I get from Walmart a whole pack of salmon fillets. They're like $130 for each one, and there's no carbs in there. That's just protein. I don't even think it has any fat at the end of the day, but it's a good source of protein. I would cook those in coconut oil, and I would chop up a green onion, for example, a stalk of a green onion, and a clove of garlic, and I would put that in there and cook it. Awesome. Put a little bit of sauce on the top of it that I have for it, and I would eat a salad from Panera, which the calories alone, it was Caesar salad, which the calories together came out to like 220. So it would be like I would go between 500 and 700, and I would drink water with that and let that be that. On the alternate day, I would go to Chick-fil-A, and I would either get some two grilled chicken breasts and eat a salad, or I would get a 4-piece chicken strips. I would get that, and I would put like the sauce, because if you order on the app, it tells you all the calories, which is what I did. So I would do that, and I believe that came out to like 22 carbs for the chicken strips. The grilled chicken fillets didn't have any carbs, really. I think it might have had like 1 or 2 carbs for them, but the chicken strips was my go-to. I would put the honey roasted barbecue sauce or whatever it is. Those were like 60 calories a packet, and I would put one of those on the top and eat them like that. I just had that tonight, actually. I didn't even eat my salad. I just had the chicken strips which would, I think that's like 410 calories, plus the sauce is like, that's 60 calories. So that's like 470. So I haven't even eaten the salad, and I don't think I will, because I'm not hungry enough to eat that. So I would, keep my calories down to that and alternate throughout that. So back to what I was saying, November 12th, 218.8. November 13th, I was 216.4. November 14th was 217.2. November 15th was 216.4. And November 16th, and today is what, the 18th? So yeah, November 16th, which was Monday, I weighed myself that Monday morning. I was 217.2. So I wanted to throw something on there. I believe the 14th, or was it the 13th? 14th, whatever, 14th, I guess that was the 13th, Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, I was 216.4. I went out to a taco spot that night, and I had some carbs via tacos, and I had a couple beers and another drink. So that next day when I woke up, I was 217.2, because these carbs I had on this extra water weight. So I had actually gained weight by that night. So when I weighed myself on the 14th, I was 217.2. Then the next day, which was a Sunday, I was 216.4, which I basically went back down to like the same weight I was on Friday. Then when I woke up on the November 16th, I was 217.2. So I had like this water weight. So I went for a walk that day, even though I don't want to, we don't want to count Monday, because that's not technically 7 days. I went for a walk Monday afternoon, and I got back down to 214. And that's where I'm currently at. I believe I'm at like 213 or 212, probably 212 right now. And when I wake up in the morning, I'll probably be like 211 or something. And that was at 3:30. So basically that was, I think without the water weight, obviously it was over 10 pounds. So I'm still losing. I walked also, I forgot to mention, on that Friday the 13th, I also walked 6 miles on that day also. So just to let you know, I only exercised 2 days. The rest of my week was sedentary behind my computer. 2 days, and it was 6 miles on each day. So I walked 12 miles. As far as exercise goes, I walked 12 miles during that week, and that's the weight that I lost. So can you do it? This isn't complete fasting. This is intermittent. This is what you call intermittent fasting at this point. So I'm not going to say altogether, hey, I did a 7-day fast, water fast, because that's not what I did. It's intermittent fasting, and you see I still dropped weight, being at this caloric deficit of 500, between 500 and 700, which I tried to stick to. Whatever weight, like I've covered, and I'll do another video on how to lose a pound a day. Basically, you just want to, whatever weight you want to get to, let's just say you want to get to 150 pounds, you don't want to exceed 1,500 calories in a day. That should be your max. So just food for thought. You want to add a 0 to whatever weight you're trying to get to. If you're trying to get down to 200, you don't want to exceed 2,000 calories a day, if that makes sense. So I'll cover that in another video so you guys can understand, that. But I just want to, share with you guys my experience on this, 7-day fast or intermittent fast, and to kind of inspire you if you guys are afraid or reluctant. Those are my results, and that's all I did. I didn't do anything extra. My ketosis, whatever level it was at, I kept the carbs very low. Some people say you don't want to go over 30. Some people say you don't want to go over 15 carbs in a day, net carbs. Hey, that's what I lost, and it wasn't water weight. This was straight up fat. So, I hope this has helped some of you guys and inspired you to start your own journey with that. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Be glad to answer them. If you guys like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button along with the bell. That way you receive all the notifications for all my future videos. Share this video if you feel like it'll be a benefit. I also invite you guys to subscribe to my other channel, my JR Wisdom channel, which is about self-help and relationships. And also invite you guys to subscribe to the Hustler's Apprentice channel, which is about jobs, gigs, businesses, building your credit, things like that. So I also invite you to check out these other videos here. And if you have any topics you'd like me to discuss, or you have any questions, all the links are in the description, as well as check out the links that are tagged in the comments. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace be upon you, and I'll see you guys again. I'm out.